You know what I'm tired of? I'm tired of sayings like, an eye for an eye makes the whole world go blind. Because it's really just a trick. It's a trick to let good people forgive people who do shitty things to them. And then what happens is the shitty people doing the things, they don't learn a lesson. They learn that they can do what they want and guilt the victim or the person they hurt or took advantage of into thinking that it is for their benefit if they don't pursue retaliation, retribution of any kind. And that's not making the world a better place. That's leaving good people wounded, blinded, minus one eye. And it's letting all these evil motherfuckers run around without consequence because there's no one there to check them. And I mean this in a whole array of what is wrong with the world today. Now, the reason I was thinking about this is because the girl that killed Mike, my son's father, is a 20-year-old girl. And she wasn't driving in her own car. They don't even know who the car is registered to because it hasn't had any type of registration since 2018. And then she abandoned the car. So she was a shitty person who was up to no good, who went and stole from a business because she saw an opportunity. And Mike stood his ground because he knew that he would have to pay that money back because of the type of people he worked for. So he confronted her. And in the passion and haste and upset, he jumped on the hood of the car. I am sure because he thought it would frighten her enough that she would stop and realize that there was no good way out of this. And instead, she was committed and took off driving crazy to throw him off of the vehicle, which eventually happened, and he died. And I have seen his body, and I have seen the crime scene. So I have my own intuition about how that happened. And it will all be very public, which is not how me and Mike were, him especially. And the reason I'm thinking about this is because she's only 20, right? She was clearly not making good decisions. This was not her first time with the mugshot, so clearly she has made poor decisions in the past. And if it came right down to it, if I saw her on the street, I would let my car bump her and transmute her right into the light. Just wipe her shittiness right off. Because she's not helping this world be a better place. In fact, she's hurting it. From my personal perspective of now raising a child without a son, of having to explain to him over and over again why we can't call him, why we can't see him. It is absolutely heartbreaking to watch my son watch videos of him and his dad and kiss the screen and hug my phone. And it's not something that he should be going through. So, at this point, I wouldn't even consider it revenge. I would consider it a move for the betterment of the world, because one less piece of trash would be out there doing things they shouldn't be doing, hurting people that don't deserve to be hurt. So I'm not falling for this, oh, you should just forgive her and that'll be better. Like, it does not harm me one bit to know that if given the opportunity to take her out, I would. It doesn't bother me. I do not lose sleep over it at night. I am an old soul. I mean, we're talking like Wild West. Like, I feel if somebody does me wrong, I have every right to do them wrong. I have every right for a shootout in the street if they harm my family. And she harmed my family. Make no mistake. So there's no guilting me into thinking that I'm looking at this wrong. Now, maybe when this wound isn't so fresh, maybe if in court she shows remorse for her actions, but I don't know about you. But if I run somebody over, even if I'm terrified, I probably am going to call 911. Even if I don't want to say it was me that ran them over. If I just want to say I saw somebody get hit, I would still call in for help if I actually gave two shits about somebody besides myself. She did none of those things. None of them. So I don't feel bad thinking that if we didn't have her in the world, it'd be okay. Maybe when all of this settles over, I might feel differently. But it's kind of like those people who know they have an uncle that molests kids and they still keep inviting the uncle over. Like, why? You are directly responsible for the harm that is befalling your children. Why would you keep something like that in your life and in your family? That doesn't fit with me. As far as I'm concerned, stop bringing the uncle around and or get rid of the uncle. Because then he's not there to keep doing the harm. And where is the downfall? Where's the bad? You know? Like, I know some of you probably thinking that I'm thinking about shit wrong, but no. I have my clarity. I have my peace with how I feel. And I know this may seem like an emotional decision, but it's not. I honestly feel like we've been letting shitty, evil people get away with stuff for so long that now when somebody speaks up and says, hey, we're doing it backwards, they should fucking not be here, it sounds crazy and it sounds cruel. And it's simply because you've been brainwashed to think that standing up for yourself, to think that putting an end to stuff like this is wrong because it's not moral, because it's not of good virtue, because it means you have an ugly heart. And it doesn't. What it means is you're tired of the bullshit and you're willing to protect what's yours at all costs. I have a good heart. I have clarity in my soul. I have connection to the greater source that is. And none of those things say, when something bad happens to you, roll over. Turn the other cheek. No. That's why we're in this predicament. Fuck those motherfuckers up so that they know, and anybody else who is like them and thinking of doing the same thing as them also know that there are consequences, big fucking consequences. and see how quick this world fucking changes. Like, stop falling for the bullshit and the lies and this, if you feel this way, you're a bad person. No, I'm not a bad person. I'm a very good person. I'm a good person who is fed up with the bullshit that keeps being put on people, making them feel like bad people, bad choices, bad hearts. That's not it. It's bullshit. It's brainwashing, and I'm over it.